Hello, and welcome back to Love on the Pod, a podcast about all the cheesy romantic TV movies we adore. I'm Danny.
I'm Sherry.
And I'm Jessica.
Happy Thanksgiving. It's the season for giving and gratefulness, and I am excited to be spending this hour chatting with you ladies about Lacey Chabert's new Hallmark Plus series, Celebrations with Lacey Chabert. This is a very special Thanksgiving episode where not only will we be discussing this awesome new show, but we'll also be sharing some of our favorite Thanksgiving traditions and memories. So here we go. This new series, according to hallmarkchannel.com, in the new series Celebrations, Lacey Chabert surprises deserving kids, families, and adults, making extraordinary impacts in their communities with incredible celebrations you have to see to believe. So the basic premise is Lacey and her team track down these incredible people that are making a difference in their corner of the world, whether it be bringing joy to sick children, supporting the unhoused communities by providing pet care, or even offering free dance programs to kids in need. Lacey shows up and in just 3 days, she puts on the ultimate surprise party that you and I could only dream about. These parties are absolutely amazing. This series was released in September 2024 with the launch of Hallmark Plus. There are new episodes released on Thursdays, and it stars Lacey Chabert as the host. And then her team is made up of Marissa Lehner and Lisa Friedman, who are her party planners. Initial thoughts. What do you guys think? How did you feel about this new series?
I thought it was cute. I like it.
Yeah.
I've seen 5 episodes and I thought it was engaging. I thought it was on par with any HGTV show or anything like that. The production value was there. Lacey did a good job hosting, but also being involved and hands-on. There were a couple places where it's where you could see oh, this is staged, but you could really tell that it was staged,
Yeah.
But I think that they'll continue to get their groove as they go forward.
Yeah, I agree. I think that Lacey is just so charming and relatable anyway. She's a really good pick for a host. The parties are incredible. It's amazing what they can do. Well, with so many people helping, but amazing what they can do in such a short amount of time. And it seems like the people, I've watched 4 or 5 episodes as well. And the people that they've spotlight or chosen to spotlight are really worthy and deserving and really have humble reactions. And so, yeah, I really like it.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think Lacey Chabert is, always adorable. I love all the polka dots and the hearts and the just fun, friendly, happy fashion that they put her in. She's just so stinking cute. And I love just how genuine it is. It seems like the entire party planning team really has a heart to do this. It's not just for the show it really seems like they are engaging with these communities and these people, and that the people, like you said, that are getting recognized are so deserving. And so it's been really fun to watch. I like that Hallmark is putting out more series like this, kind of a lighthearted, I can turn it on while I'm folding laundry or doing chores or whatever. I don't necessarily have to sit and be glued to the TV to know what's going on, which is great when you have kids running around and a million things to do, but you want to have a little something on in the background when you're baking or getting dinner prepped or whatever. It kind of,
you're not going to miss a pivotal plot line if you just have it running in the background. It's just a easy show to watch.
Yeah. And it kind of brought me some nostalgia a little bit back to the days of TLC and the reality shows that they had with Extreme Home Makeover or
A
David
Baby Story.
Oh, A Baby Story. Oh, I loved A Baby Story.
And a wedding
David
story.
Tutera's wedding.
Yes.
I can't remember what it was called. Something with David Tutera, whatever it was. That was one of my favorite shows of all time. And he would go in and gift these big, beautiful, amazing weddings two couples. And so it was reminiscent of that time period when these kinds of shows were really popular. And I really, really loved that. So I would love to know if there was a specific episode that really spoke to you that you really loved.
Okay. I really liked, well, I'll give you two. One is I really liked the episode about Jonah, who was the teenager who
that was my favorite. Yes.
Yeah. But I didn't love the gift at the end. I thought that was a little bit cheesy for a teenager. So I would have liked to get it.
What was
it? Was the handprints in the star.
Oh, yes.
I thought it was cute.
Yeah, I thought it was cute, but I thought, does a teenage boy really want to hang that on his bedroom wall? I'm not sure that he would. Maybe he would. Who knows? But I also really loved the tea party. I thought that was adorable. I thought it was super fun.
I really like the tea party too. I love the hats. I love and the one with the animal rescue. I mean, anytime there's animals, it's just heartwarming.
Yeah, for sure. So the episode that was about Jonah, it was a red carpet gala, and it was celebrating his volunteer work at No Limits, which is a nonprofit that teaches deaf children skills to succeed through a really cool theater program. And so he volunteers his time. He was born deaf on one side. And so he volunteers his time kind of mentoring these kids and helping them to not be afraid to speak up and use their voice. And I just thought that was really special. That episode particularly made me very teary-eyed. It was just really, really sweet seeing this young man being so selfless and so kind and helpful to his younger peers. And so I really, really loved that episode. And then the one you were talking about with the tea party, that was Sherry's tea party, and she created the company Happy Hats, which brings joy to sick children who are receiving treatment in the hospital by coming to the hospital with these little care packages with crayons and coloring pages and these really fun hats. She was a hat designer, and so she created these really fun hats for the kids to wear and just to bring them a little bit of joy and take the anxiety and stress and fear of treatment in the hospital away for a little while. So yeah, that was really sweet. And I will say about that episode in particular, I loved her husband, Sherry's husband. I can't remember his name, but they were just the sweetest couple. They were so darling. And he actually is the one that nominated her. And I loved them. So sweet.
They were super cute.
What about you, Mom? Was there a certain episode that you loved?
Well, I loved the tea party one. I love the hats. I love the giant hat. That was so cute. And just really all of them, they're all very different, but all relatable. I think speak to a wide audience. And so I don't feel like you're going to get bored with this show. It's just a feel good show. And I think we're kind of lacking those. There's so many dark shows out right now.
Yes.
And the state of our world is just crazy. And it's fun to have that nice little escape to just bring some joy. So yeah, like you were saying, it's easy to have on in the background, but then I also found myself getting sucked in. And so I would sit down and start to watch and find out, okay, what's their story? And yeah, really, really good show. I like that they're doing more reality shows. I cannot wait for the Finding Mr. Christmas reality show. So it's a fun new direction for Hallmark.
Yeah, I totally agree. On a completely random note, have either of you watched their other new series, Chicken Sisters, I think is what it's called?
No.
Oh my gosh, it looks really cute. I haven't watched it yet, but it looks really cute. It's like
what's the premise of that one?
Sisters that each opened up a fried chicken restaurant, and they're like feuding. It's like a family feud, and they end up in this chicken competition. I don't know. I just saw a very short preview for it, but it looks really funny and cute. So I really want to watch that one too.
Yeah, I didn't even realize it was a series. I thought it was a movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy about the new series because I feel like it's been a while since we've had a new had new series. We did get The Way Home a couple of years ago, which I love that show. But aside from that, I can't really think of any newer series that have been coming out. When Calls the Heart takes up a lot of their time.
Yeah, and Chesapeake Shores ended.
Oh, did it?
I believe so. But they're all like heavy on the drama. They're very dramatic stories. There's nothing light and fun really about those series. So it's nice to see them exploring some other things.
Yeah, they had the cookie baking challenge. I can't remember exactly what it was called, but it has the stars from When Calls the Heart and then everyday bakers, and they get paired up and they have to bake all these different kinds of cookies in this holiday baking challenge. That one is really fun. It came out several years ago, but it's really, really fun to watch. So if you need a little lighthearted Christmas reality show to watch, that's on Hallmark Plus too, and that's a really fun watch.
I have to watch that because I remember seeing the stars who were in it talking about the show, but I never watched it.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's hosted by oh gosh, what's his name? Bill from When Calls the Heart. I can't think of it. Jack
Wagner.
Jack Wagner. Yes, thank you. It's hosted by him, and then there are Kevin Smith is on there, Pascal Hutton is on there, Aaron Krakow. It's like, it's great. It's really good.
Okay,
yeah, it's really, really fun.
You know, it would be fun for Hallmark to do, and I think it was HGTV that used to do this, because I remember anytime years ago when I had to take girls to the doctor or something, it would be on the TV at the doctor's office. It was like a talk show. Do you remember that? I think it was HGTV, and they would do things like they'd have hosts and they'd do a craft, or they'd have stars on from some of their reality shows, or they would do some sort of a recipe, and it was really fun to watch around the holidays. But that would be really cool.
Yeah,
that could be a very cool Hallmark series. Yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah, bring on some of the stars from the movies and their other TV series, and
that'd be really fun.
Seasonal things. Today we're going to talk about holiday recipes, or Hanukkah celebrations, or whatever it happens to be. That would be really fun.
And they could use it to promote some of their new movies too. Like that. Yeah, that's a great idea. I love that.
Hallmark, are you listening?
Yeah.
While you're at it, check
Please
out
listen
Halloween
and share.
Please.
So if you could have a dream party thrown just for you, what would you want the theme to be?
Friends.
I mean, I immediately go to Christmas because I love Christmas. But if you're thinking not seasonal, Friends is a good one. Gilmore Girls for me. I love Gilmore Girls. Yeah. So you might want to put that bug in your dad's ear. My 60th birthday is coming up in January.
That's right. It is.
Yes. Everybody dress up like your favorite
Gilmore Girls birthday party.
Yeah, because I've had a friend's party, or we've put one on at some point, but I would love to do one that's like way over the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we've done some really fun theme parties. We did a Full House theme party for, what was it, your 30th?
Love a theme party.
I think it was your 30th.
I think it was before that.
Well, maybe it was.
Because Felicity was a baby.
Okay. So maybe it was, yeah. But we've done Christmas in July. We've done
all the themed baby showers.
Oh, yeah.
Mamma Mia, Mary Poppins, Star Wars.
Baby New Year.
Yeah.
My best friend and I threw an epic 30th birthday for her husband. It was Game of Thrones themed, and it was so fun. There was like the stick-on swords for the a wall decal that went behind the toilet. So it was like the
throne.
The throne.
That's
we
funny.
had the biscuits that were shaped like the different animals, and it was amazing. It was so fun. I love a good theme party.
Well, Danny, you and I used to
hearing about that.
No, I don't remember hearing about it either.
Yeah, it was so fun.
You and I used to put on an award ceremony when we worked together, and that was always like Hollywood themed.
That's right. I
Mhm.
forgot about that.
And we
That was
would get,
so fun.
the little Oscar statues and play the music and do the decor. And
Yes.
it was a lot for us, but also for our staff.
So
But it was so fun to
fun.
plan.
Well, and my wedding was Great Gatsby themed.
Mhm.
So yeah, we are no strangers to the theme party.
Well, yeah, our last Christmas was Harry Potter.
That's
Mhm.
right.
Next
Yeah.
one is going to be
Scrooge.
Old English. Yeah.
Yep.
So fun. All right. So
What about you, Danny? What's your theme? What would you pick?
oh gosh, what would I pick? Well, like you said, if it's in the like holiday season, I want a Christmas themed party. I want it to be
Mhm.
magical. I want it to be like when you walk through a Hallmark Christmas market,
Mhm.
that would be perfect. Yes, I would love that.
Chestnuts roasting on an open
Yes.
fire and
Pictures with Santa, like
rides.
extravagant decor, an ornament cart,
crazy
craft
hot cocoa.
stations, crazy
Yeah.
hot cocoa. Yes, the food is very important. The food is
Yes.
vital to any party. I want really fun themed foods. But if it's not around Christmas time, then I think I would want it to be like, I don't know. I asked the question and I don't have any idea.
It's hard because I mean, you could go
Yeah.
totally theme wise, like Gilmore Girls, but also I really love cottage core and all things cozy.
Mhm.
And so I could see a really warm, especially since my birthday's in January, a really warm, inviting party that way, you know.
Yeah.
I've also
mittens and-
oh, go ahead. Sorry.
oh, I was just gonna say anything you can think of, cozy socks and
yeah.
hot cider, but that's kind of holiday-ish too. Candles.
I've also always wanted to do one of those movie parties where you float in the pool and watch the movie.
Ooh.
Yes.
And do like crazy cotton candy and 6 different kinds of popcorn. And I think that would be,
that would be really
Dexter's
fun.
like, yeah, I would want to do that.
That sounds
We
really
talked
fun.
about doing that here, but the mosquitoes are so bad once the sun
Yeah.
goes down.
And once the sun goes down, it's too cold.
Cold.
to float
Yeah,
in the
here
pool.
in the summer, it's like 90 at night. So
Yeah.
you could do it here.
Yeah. We'll have to come down to Texas and do it there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it really just depends on the occasion. If there's no occasion and it's just like a party for fun, I think I would want like a carnival-esque kind of party.
Oh,
Like
that would be
rides
fun.
and cotton candy and games and no clowns, please.
No clowns.
But-
No. Ugh.
You know, just like lots of fun, bright colors, lots of fun.
Mhm.
And
Whimsical.
yeah. And maybe we'll see them do something like that. I can see them having a carnival-esque kind of party in this
Oh,
series.
yeah. With jugglers and stilt performers and
Yeah,
all of that
exactly.
stuff. Yeah. Mhm.
Yep, that'd be really cool. Although I'm not a big fan of stilt performers, they freak me out kind of like clowns. So it's unnatural. They should not be that tall. It freaks me out.
I don't like the sword swallowers. That freaks me out.
No, me
or
either.
the
I do
fire
enjoy like the
swallowers.
trapeze
Mhm.
or,
Mhm.
you know, those kinds of things. I don't want to see contortionist. I don't like those things. They freak me out.
Mhm.
Felicity wants to be a contortionist.
Oh, okay.
She's got the flexibility.
Yeah.
I will cheer her on from afar.
Yeah.
I can't promise I'll come see her show.
It just, I have a hard time because it reminds me of The Ring because the girl who played
Yes.
Samara is a very well-known contortionist. And
Oh,
that's,
yeah.
That's it. It's like creepy as
yeah.
you know what. It's
Yeah.
not.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yuck. No.
Okay, you guys, since it is Thanksgiving this week, and we're talking about all of these amazing people and how they're being showed gratitude and wow, I just totally lost my train of thought. Sorry. Happy Thanksgiving. Anyways, this show, I picked the show because I I loved that they are being shown gratitude and recognition for the awesome work that they're doing. And in the next part of our Thanksgiving special, I wanted to talk a little bit about our favorite Thanksgiving memories and traditions. So I want to know, what is your favorite Thanksgiving memory?
I don't have one that's like,
I don't have one.
I don't have like a specific moment, but I feel like any Thanksgiving that we spent at Nana's was just always so fun. Sometimes our cousins would come, sometimes they couldn't come. But when they could, it was always really exciting because we didn't see them a lot. And we would all sleep in the pull-out, uncomfortable bed downstairs. And we'd be sweating our butt off because the pellet stove would be going all night long. And we'd
kept that thing blazing.
Yeah, we'd open the slider door in the middle of winter just to like cool off a little.
And the cuckoo clock would be going off.
Oh yeah.
Yes. And we'd have rolls that nobody would ever eat, but we always had them in the little roll warmer that plugged into the wall.
And that was old. That was from my childhood.
Yeah, so that's my favorite. It's just remembering those Thanksgivings.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. Those are also my favorite Thanksgivings, spent at Nana and Bumpa's house and helping set up the buffet with all the food and setting the table and getting to pick out which fancy tablecloth and having to put the leaf in the table so that there was room for everybody. And yeah, those are some of my favorite memories. And then at the end of dinner, Bumpa saying, "Where's the pie?" Immediately as soon as we're done eating.
Yep.
Just so, yeah, it's so nostalgic and like just gives me the happy butterflies thinking about that. And when I think about that, I hope that my kids have those kinds of memories too. Like when they get older, that they have these memories they look back on and that give them happy butterflies. So yeah, I totally agree with you. I had the same answer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I will echo that too. It's all those little moments wrapped up into one that form my Thanksgiving memories. Like you said, putting the leaves in the table so that everybody could eat together. There was no separate kids table, and just preparing the meal together. And Nana was really good about making sure that all the kids were active in helping, and whether it's setting the table or folding the napkins and all that. But there were a couple specific Thanksgivings, one from my childhood and one as an adult, that came to mind when I was thinking about this. And one I wrote about in my Storyworth book that I'm working on for this year. And so you may have already read it, but there was a Thanksgiving where the entire family, I was 12, or almost 12, I think, hadn't grown into my nose yet, it's just at that awkward phase, but the whole family gathered in Eastern Washington for Thanksgiving, and it snowed and snowed and snowed. So it was my cousins and my aunts and uncles and my grandparents, and my aunt and uncle owned a resort called Eagle Rock. And so there was a restaurant and a gas station and a grocery store and cabins and people would rent them out for hunting season. And so my aunt put a block on all the cabins while we were there. All the families got their own cabin with a wood stove in it. And we gathered. We got there about midnight. My aunt came to the door with cocoa in her hands because she knew we were on the way. I don't know how she knew, because we had no cell phones, but she had cocoa. She went into the restaurant kitchen and made us cocoa with tons of whipped cream. And then on Thanksgiving, we got to set up all the dining room tables in the restaurant together. So it was this massive table, and it took, like a half hour to pass the potatoes from one end to the other. And it just snowed and snowed and snowed. And us kids thought it was so great because we got to go into the bar and play the jukebox for free. And we felt like grown-ups in the bar. And then the next morning, instead of Black Friday shopping, we went out and played in the snow by the river. And it was just so fun and so magical. So that's one. And the other one I remember specifically was also in Eastern Washington. And you girls remember this. It was very cold. It wasn't snowing, but it was very cold, crisp, sunny. So after dinner, the guys went out to play, or maybe before dinner, the guys went out to play football. and the spiked eggnog was flowing, and your aunt's little Shih Tzu dog got a hold of somebody's spiked eggnog and passed out in the corner.
That
And
was
I remember
hilarious.
saying, "What's wrong with the dog?"
Louis.
Louis got
passed
drunk.
out on eggnog.
Louis drank the eggnog.
Yeah. So it's funny, these different memories that come up, but overall it's just the gathering with family and being together, and just the smells for sure. When you walked into
Yes.
Nana's house, immediately that sagey stuffing and the turkey and the gravy and everything. Just a really
Yeah.
magical
And
time.
how she would microwave anything that she possibly could.
Yes.
So if it could be microwaved, it was going to be microwaved.
Anything that can go in the microwave goes in the microwave. Anything that can go in the dishwasher goes in the dishwasher.
And if it doesn't go in
absolutely.
the dishwasher, she didn't buy it.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
And she made those overnight mashed potatoes so she could make them the night before and then throw them in the microwave or in the
Yep.
oven. Yeah.
Yep.
But they were
Absolutely.
so good.
Yep. Oh, gosh.
Okay. Do you have a favorite family tradition? Something that you do every year for Thanksgiving?
I do. Yeah. for
Well,
sure.
yeah. When we were younger and Black Friday was a thing, which we kind of talked about in the last podcast, we would get out the newspaper right after dinner while we ate our pie and drank our coffee. And the newspaper was, a good 4 inches thick. And we would map out our plan of attack for Black Friday. And you girls would circle everything that you wanted. And as you got older and got to come with us on Black Friday, we would map out where we were going to go, what stores open the earliest, where we're going to get our eggnog latte. Because as you mentioned last podcast, you couldn't get it in September. It was the day after Thanksgiving was the first eggnog latte anywhere you went. And
Yeah,
Which honestly is so much better for my waistline.
and it makes it just a little bit more magical, I think.
It does. Yeah.
Everything's just instant gratification now, and you can watch any show anytime instead of waiting for the night that they show Charlie Brown. It's one night only this season. If you miss it, you miss it. And so I do miss those kinds of things. But and the department stores had giveaways every year, so you wanted to get there for your little miniature snow globe or your
Penny's always gave out the snow globes.
Yes.
Yeah.
We never
I still
got
have
one.
some of those.
We
Oh,
never
you
got
do?
one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or no, it
Yeah.
wasn't Penny's. It was Macy's.
Oh, was it Macy's?
Oh, Macy's.
I think it's Macy's
Oh.
that mine are from. Yeah. They're like all
And some-
yellow on the inside now. But
yeah.
Some stores would give out candy bars with some sort of a golden ticket inside for special savings. And
Yes.
yeah,
fun. I miss that so much.
I do too.
The newspaper after dinner with your pie and coffee. In Nana's case, she always had a cup of black coffee with her pie and her put on her reading glasses and got the newspaper out, and we got to pass them all around. That was my favorite thing. And I'm so sad that it's not a thing anymore. You can't even get a Black Friday newspaper anymore. It doesn't exist.
No, I remember when that transition started to happen, and Phil and I, we didn't have kids yet, but we were married, and I asked him to get a newspaper for Thanksgiving, and he brought it back, and it was like empty.
Normal
there was
size.
there was like Walgreens in there. That was it. You know,
and that's
so sad.
Yeah, and now they're all online, and it's those.
It was an event to get up and go, and it was cold and
so
dark.
fun. Yeah. We talked about on Thanksgiving, because we usually eat pretty early on Thanksgiving. And since we're in Texas, we do it, just our little nuclear family. But we're going to launch our holiday drinks at our coffee shop on Black Friday. So I was like, why don't we just all as a family go on Thanksgiving night and just go decorate the shop together? And so that's
fun.
So that's what we're going to do. Because I don't want to ask my staff to come in on Thanksgiving. Except for, there are a few who are working in the morning, but so I think we're gonna do that.
That's so fun.
Take
You can make everyone
pictures and put
peppermint
it on
hot
your-
chocolate.
Yep.
That's really fun. I love
I
that.
do remember one year Black Friday shopping, and I'm thinking it was just Nana
how
and
to
me.
do this.
And when you're in the mall, of course, there's no windows. You can't see what's going on outside. And we came out, and there were several inches of snow, and we were so surprised. And then it's like, oh, we gotta drive home.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Remember that year we went Black Friday shopping? Mom, I'm not sure if you were with us that time, but I had just gotten my SUV and somebody parked like right behind us. Like,
I remember this.
And
yes.
I had a camera.
Were in Silverdale.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Thank God I had a camera, or we would have been stuck there all day.
Yes.
Oh, no.
because somebody just made up their own parking spot in the middle of the parking lot.
As they do.
People.
All the
Yeah.
crazies came out
Yeah.
on Black Friday. I
But
hope
now you
one
drive by the
day,
mall. Oh, sorry. I was just going to say, now you drive by the mall on Black Friday and it's not busy like it used to
no,
be.
because everyone shops online.
Mhm.
I truly do hope though that one day Black Friday makes a return.
Mhm.
Real
I
Black
miss
Friday.
it.
When they
Mhm.
started opening the stores on Thanksgiving, that was the start of the decline.
Yeah.
Because no, I'm going to have Thanksgiving with my family. I'm not going to go shopping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to
And
go
those
to
workers
bed
should
and
be
wake
able
up
to do the
early,
same.
put on my Christmas sweater and go
Mhm.
the day after Thanksgiving because it's fun. But
Yeah.
they ruined it. And then no one wanted to do it anymore. And now it's all online and it makes me sad.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and remember Kohl's would be open for 24 hours.
yes.
So we would be like, it's 2
Yes.
a.m. Let's go to Kohl's.
Yeah.
Like, it's this
No one else
exciting
is
thing.
open yet. Let's go.
There's nothing I need there, but
We'd be home done shopping by like 9 a.m.
yep.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Okay, guys, I just have a couple more questions for you. These ones are easy. Well,
Okay.
kind of easy. What is your favorite Thanksgiving dish?
So mine
Mm.
recently, because we've had the last 3 Thanksgivings have just been us because we were sick or somebody was sick for the first 2 years and then we were here in Texas after that.
Oh,
So
yes.
but I've been doing because I don't want a whole turkey for all of us. There's only 4 of us, so but there's no way we'll eat a whole turkey. So I sear a turkey breast and then roast it in the oven, and that is so good. So that's my favorite thing right now. It's because turkey sometimes it's great, sometimes it's really dry. It just depends on
Yeah.
the year.
Mhm.
You know, it depends on the weather and the seasoning and all the things. But this has turned out well every time I've made it. So right now it's my favorite. Yeah.
Well, I
Sounds
love
delicious.
oyster stuffing, and not everybody does. They like the sausage stuffing. I grew up on oyster. We had both. So there was a big pan of oyster stuffing and a big pan of sausage stuffing. And I love oyster stuffing. It's so good. It smells really strong and pungent, but it's delicious. I haven't made it in a very long time because, like I said, I'm one of the only ones that eats it. So, but I could make a little small batch. And the
I
other
was
thing
going to
is
say, can I
collages.
put in a request that you make it this year? Because I
love it.
love oyster stuffing.
Oh yeah, I can make a smaller. Yeah. And I love kolaches, the recipe from my Czechoslovakian great grandmother. I still have not been able to duplicate the recipe as well as she, but I'm going to keep trying. They were always stuffed with either date or apricot filling. And there's just a little sweet pastry that would come out every holiday, Easter, Christmas, Thanksgiving. So
I don't remember those. Is that something you used to make when we were kids?
I made them a couple of times when you were very small and they just never tasted the same. But because the recipe I have just has ingredients, it doesn't give you a process at all. But I recently found out my cousin has the whole process. So together we should be able to make them. So
Okay, cool.
I may try this year.
Yeah, I remember making them for like one of the multicultural days in school where we had to bring a food from our people.
yeah.
And I made those.
From our people, our tribe. And then the day after, Nana and I would usually, or a couple days after, maybe with the leftover turkey. And this is going to sound terrible, but she
No,
would take
it's delicious. I know what you're going to say.
pieces of turkey, liquid smoke with just a couple drops and mayonnaise and mix it together. And you dip the turkey in it and you
So
eat
good.
it. And we watched Christmas movies.
Or you slather it on bread and make a sandwich with cranberry sauce and turkey.
Yep.
Oh, so good. Now I want to get liquid smoke.
I know.
Last year, I made a turkey sandwich after Thanksgiving, and I did the moist maker like Ross from Friends. And it was delicious.
Yeah.
It was messy, but it was delicious.
Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know what a moist maker is, you take bread and you soak it in gravy, and you put it in the middle of your sandwich.
Like a Big Mac, a Thanksgiving Big Mac.
Yes, Thanksgiving Big Mac. Yes.
I have never tried that because I love a good turkey sandwich with cranberry sauce, but the moist maker sounds good. I used to once in a while I'd put stuffing on the sandwich as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's so good.
Yeah.
Starbucks actually, I'm not typically a huge fan of Starbucks, but they have a Thanksgiving sandwich that is
I've
so
had that.
good. It's got cranberry, stuffing, turkey. It's really good. Yeah, I love it. My favorite Thanksgiving dishes are kind of boring. I love mashed potatoes and gravy. I love jellied cranberry. I do not like cranberry sauce. It's the texture for me. It grosses me out. I don't like it.
But the jellied cranberry,
the jellied, it's
it
all
doesn't
the
have
same
the skin and
texture.
stuff.
It doesn't have like lumps in it. But I love jellied cranberry. And I love stuffing, any kind of stuffing. Any kind. So good. You know what? Oh my gosh. I love it all. Green bean casserole. I love it. I know it's not a popular one, but I love green bean casserole. I'm not a huge fan of the sweet potatoes with the marshmallows on top. I would much rather have them just like chopped up and roasted with salt and pepper.
Yeah.
So
as a kid, I liked that, but now as an adult, no, I mash them up or serve them like a baked potato, maybe some pecans on top, butter, salt, and pepper. That's good.
I did make a sweet potato bake last year that had like brown sugar and caramelized pecans. And that I really liked. My kids thought it was absolutely disgusting, but I loved it. But they don't like sweet potatoes at all. So
neither do my kids.
That's why.
No.
But they're my favorite. I will pay the extra $3 for sweet potato fries anytime we go out to eat.
Well, sweet potatoes so full of vitamin C. They're really good.
Yeah. I just don't like the fries because they don't get crispy. There's too much.
You're going to the wrong place then, man. You know what the best ones I've ever had is the mint in Enumclaw. Holy moly. We went there recently after one of my son's football games, and I had the salmon BLT with sweet potato fries, and they were like crunchy, crispy, so delicious. The other place that has really good ones is Lunchbox Laboratory. Their sweet potato fries are really good.
So, we don't have one here anymore. Are they still gone? Not in Gig Harbor.
Oh, bummer.
Okay, last question. This is probably the most important question of the day.
Is this a surprise question?
Yeah, this is a surprise. We didn't know.
This is a surprise. It's a surprise, but it's a very important question. What is your favorite Thanksgiving dessert?
Well, I'm going to go caramel apple pie from Costco that they don't make anymore.
Come on, Costco.
So
bring it back. Bring it back.
It's been like over a decade and I'm still mad about it.
Okay, I love pumpkin pie, but I realize that I'm not a super big fan of Costco pumpkin pie because they don't put enough seasoning in it. I like a lot of cinnamon, a lot of pumpkin pie spice, which I realized just the other day when I bought 2 of the giant ones for the little Friendsgiving party that I had and then left them in the refrigerator and never served them. So now I have 2 giant Costco pumpkin pies.
I think you can freeze those. Yeah.
I put one in the freezer. Yeah. Okay. And they're good, but they're kind of bland because I really spice up a pumpkin pie. So
I made one last year that was a maple pumpkin pie. So it didn't have any sugar in it. It was just sweetened with maple syrup. And it was really good. I actually really liked it. So
I'd like to try that pumpkin chiffon pie with a gingerbread crust and the bourbon
whipped cream.
Whipped cream.
Yeah. We talked about a few episodes ago.
Yes. I really like the Costco pumpkin pie because I like underbaked crust and they usually
it's always underbaked.
Very underbaked crust.
Yes. And that was my problem for Friendsgiving. My idea was to take a cookie cutter and make those little miniature round pumpkin pies and serve those. I thought they'd be easy. But because the crust is underbaked, it was just making this mess and I couldn't do it. So
bowl of pie.
Yeah. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you do?
You know, someday.
Oh, go ahead.
Needed that.
Someday, I really hope Costco will bring back. I don't know.
The day that they do will be a happy, joyous occasion.
I will call you guys. I will let you know.
It's back.
And everybody I know loved it. So why did they get? Was it too expensive to make? Maybe or.
But they make regular apple pie.
Our Costco got rid of the churros in the food court. What idiot made that decision?
And replaced it with the stuffed giant cookie, which is like, that's good, but I don't want my kid eating that whole thing.
It's not that good. The chocolate chip cookie, it's not that good. It tastes like you just got a roll of pre-made cookie dough and made a giant cookie. It's not that good. It's not worth $3 for one cookie. Bring back the churro. I'm going to make t-shirts. Bring the churro back.
Just to run around Costco
We're
handing
gonna
them out.
pick it
Flags.
with our signs.
We want caramel apple
Bring
pie.
back churros and the caramel apple pie. Okay. I will say my very favorite Thanksgiving dessert, though, is the Pioneer Woman's pecan pie. It is
Oh,
horrible for you. It is
I love
full
that
of
dressers.
so much sugar and crap, but it is so good. It
what
is
makes it different from other
unmatched.
pecan pie?
I don't know. It's heavenly.
I love pecan pie.
I
I
do
don't
too.
know.
And if
It's-
you've ever made it, it's like a ton of Caro syrup and then a
Yeah.
ton of sugar on top of
it
that.
makes my heart race just making it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's so good.
really bad for you.
I want to do something.
But
Can I do something?
once a year,
Yeah.
Yep.
my sister-in-law made the Pioneer Woman's pecan pie recipe when we went over there for Thanksgiving one year. And I had never had it before. I'd had pecan pie. It's like fine,
Mhm.
nothing to write home about. Like, I don't know. I'd never been a big pecan pie fan. I always was like, I always want the apple pie. Pumpkin pie I like, but not till the next day. I don't know why. It's a weird thing. I don't want to eat it on Thanksgiving. I want to eat it for breakfast the next day.
Hmm.
But she made this pecan pie and it was so good.
Life
So then
changing.
I used the same recipe the next year and it's I don't know what it is. She puts some kind of magic in it. I don't know, but it's so good. So good.
I'll have to try that. I'm just thinking we have pecan syrup at the shop, and I bet I could make a pecan pie latte.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Because I use oat milk for our caramel apple pie latte, and that's what gives it the kind of pie flavor. So I bet I could do that with pecan.
You should
try that. I've tried a chocolate pecan pie before, and those are really good.
Ooh,
I've
yeah.
tried that too. Yeah. It's a lot, but it's good.
Very sweet. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. Well, that is the end of our Thanksgiving special. Jessica, what are we looking forward to next week?
Well, it's actually me next week.
I mean,
I was like, uh-oh, I don't know.
We're looking forward to a lot more fun.
The
Next
Spellman
week-
sisters. I know that's what I'm doing at some point soon.
my bad.
Yeah,
sorry.
Okay.
but not quite yet.
Okay.
We are going to be talking about a brand new Hallmark movie called Holiday Crashers, which I'm looking forward to. The premise, I just read real quickly, some gals work in a card store and they decide that they're going to assume different identities and they, based off the confidential invitation list, they're going to just start crashing some holiday parties. So that...
So it's like
That
Wedding
seems like a-
Crashers,
Yeah,
Christmas
that
edition.
seems like a fun new premise. So that
Yeah.
That's really fun.
that actually airs. Well, it'll air before this comes out. So check it out and then let us know your thoughts. But we'll be talking about that in depth next week.
Awesome.
Okay.
Looking
Cool.
forward to it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, be sure to follow us on Instagram at Love on the Pod and share your episode thoughts or ideas by emailing us at loveonthepod@gmail.com. Plus, you can text us with future movie recommendations using the link in our show notes. If you love this episode and want to hear more, please subscribe to the podcast as we drop new episodes weekly. Have a great week and a very happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.